Good morning, students. Today we will discuss about the science of class 10th. The chapter is light, reflection and refraction. Before starting this chapter, we should know light. What is light? Light means it is a form of energy which helps, which enables us to see something. Light is form of energy which will help us to see the things which are present all around us. Without light, we can't see anything. Like in daytime, we can see the things which are present in our surroundings, but in night or when no light is present here, it is required to blow a bulb or any lamp to lighten, then we can see the object. But in dark, we are not able to see the object. Why and how do we see the object? The question is, how do we can see any object? Like in daytime, we get sunlight, and this sunlight, when falls on any object, this light reflects and reaches our eyes. The photoreceptors present in our eye, it receives the reflected rays and the image comes inside our eyes on the retina. Then we can see that object. But in night or when no light is present there, light will not reaches the reflected light will not reach our eye, so we will not able to see any object. But one more thing is there also. When light falls on any object and the reflected rays are not able to reach our eyes, then also we can't see the object. Like when the rays are coming and on their path an opaque object is present, then that light can't penetrate that opaque object. It can't reach our eyes, by which we will not able to see that object. Like we can see this piece of chalk only when light is falling on the surface of this chalk. When light falls on this chalk, it will reflect it. The light will be reflected and reaches our eyes. Then we will able to see this piece of chalk. And the light will be reflected more when the surface is very polished. When the surface is much polished, then more amount of light will be reflected there. If more amount of light will be reflected, then we will get the clear image. We can see the object very clearly according to the smoothness of the surface in that object. That amount of clear image will be formed in our eyes. Like in case of looking glass, we can see our face or any object very clearly because the surface of this looking glass is very smooth. So come to this reflection here. Generally, we use mirrors to get better reflection. Mirrors are of two types. First one is plane mirror Second one is spherical mirror. How these plane mirrors, spherical mirror are different? Plane mirror means when the reflecting surface of a mirror is plane. When the reflecting surface of the mirror is plane, it is called plane mirror, like looking glass. But when the reflecting surface of a mirror is curved, when the mirror is a part of sphere, then that mirror is called spherical mirror. Spherical mirror again divided into two types. One is concave mirror, another is convex mirror. Concave mirror means when the reflecting surface of a mirror is concave in nature. Concave means when it is curved inward. Like here, this face is reflecting surface. This face is curved inward. Since the mirror is curved inward, the reflecting surface is curved inward, the mirror is said to be concave mirror. But if the mirror having the reflecting surface is convex in nature, convex means when it is curved outward. Since this face or this reflecting surface is curved outward, so this mirror is said to be convex mirror. Here, plane mirror, concave mirror and convex mirror. Three types of mirrors are it is shown, but the image formation in these mirrors may be different. It depends upon the position of the object. The nature of images will be different. Like first, we discuss about what type of images that are formed by plane mirror. Here, well, the image, first we should know image. Image means the actual representation of an object by the process of reflection or refraction, that is called image. When we get the actual representation of any object, that is said to be image. When you are looking your face on mirror, on looking glass, you will observe the actual representation of your face. That is the image of your face. Such type of image, such type of representation is possible when the light rays are reflected or refracted. But when this mirror, plane mirror, is considered, the image formed in this plane mirror will be virtual and erect. Virtual means image will form when the reflected rays will really meet or they appear to meet at any point. At that point, the representation will be possible. When the reflected rays or refracted rays which are really meet or appear to meet, then it shows the representation of the object when lights are reflected. Here in case of plane mirror, the image formed will be virtual, and virtual image forms when the reflected rays are appearing to meet at point. They are really not meeting at any point. They are appearing to meet at any point. The image formed by plane mirror will be laterally inverted. Laterally inverted. Lateral means sidewise. Inverted means changing. Side changing. Means the left side appears as right side and right side appears as left side. In the object, the left side of left part of the object will be appears as right part in the image. That type of phenomenon is called lateral inversion, and the image form is said to be lateral inverted image. Next, the size of object and size of image both becomes equal. Size means generally we use the height or length of object and image. But height of that object which must equal to the height of that image which is formed by this plane mirror. Next, the object distance and image distance become equal. Object distance means the distance from mirror to object is object distance, and the distance from mirror to image, that is called image distance. Here, the object distance and image distance both become equal. Next, come to concave mirror. Concave mirror. Here, the image formed in concave mirror, sometimes it will give real and inverted image, sometimes it will give virtual and irregular image, according to the position of object. When the object present between the pole and focus of the mirror, in between pole and focus, the image becomes virtual and irregular, and in other positions we always get real and inverted image. We will discuss later. Next, in concave mirror, the size of image may be greater than that of object, may be equal, or may be smaller than the object according to its position. Next, come to convex mirror. In case of convex mirror, we always get virtual and erect image, and the size of image always less than the size of object. Okay, we will discuss later for this convex mirror again. Next, we should do reflection first. What is reflection? When a ray of light falls on any surface like this one, a ray of light which is falling on this surface, then it will come back to the same medium. It will come back to the same medium. This phenomenon is called reflection. The bouncing up or bouncing back of any ray of light is called reflection. When a ray of light strikes on any opaque object, or sometimes in or very less reflection in translucent object also, when the ray of light falls on any object, then the ray of light comes back to the same medium from where it is coming. This process is called reflection. Here, it is a ray of light which is come and strike on this surface at the point B. After striking here, it comes back on the path BC. This AB is considered as incident light which is coming toward the surface, and this BC is considered as reflected ray. Reflected ray means which comes after reflection. Here, incident ray and reflected ray. Next, another line here, BD is mentioned. This BD is said to be normal. Normal means it is an imaginary line which will subtend at 90 degrees on the surface where the reflection is happening. The point B is said to be in point of incidence. AB incident ray, BC reflected ray, BD normal. All they all these are lying at single point P, the point of incidence. All these are lying on the same plane on the same point. This one is first law of reflection. The incident ray, reflected ray, and the normal, they all are lying at the point of incidence on the same plane. And second law is the angle of incidence becomes equal to the angle of reflection. So we should know which angle is considered as angle of incidence and which angle is considered as angle of reflection. Yeah, this angle, which is the inclination between incident ray and normal. The inclination between incident ray and normal. This angle is said to be angle of incidence, and the angle formed by reflected ray and normal, this angle is considered as angle of reflection. The inclination of both angle of incident and angle of reflection are equal. Wherever the reflection is happening, in all the cases, the angle of incidence and angle of reflections become equal. It is the second law of reflection. Next, we should discuss the types of reflection. Types of reflection. In what type of reflection are happening and on what basis they happen. First, here some rays are coming towards the surface and the rays are parallel to each other. Since these light rays are coming towards the surface to strike there, they are considered as incident rays. Or we can say a beam of light. Since it is a bundle of light rays, we can say beam of light. Here, the bundle of rays of light are in parallel manner. All the rays are coming in parallel. After the reflection, they are reflected also in parallel. The incident rays are parallel and the reflected rays also are in parallel. So this type of reflection is called regular reflection. It is called regular reflection. But here, we will observe here, the incident rays are parallel. The rays of light which are coming towards the surface are in parallel. But when they strike on the surface, they are reflecting. Here, the reflected rays are not in parallel ways. Even if the incident rays are parallel, the reflected rays are not parallel. The reflection which is happening here is said to be irregular reflection or also called diffuse reflection. So, here, this reflection is said to be regular reflection, but this reflection is said to be diffuse reflection. Only one difference is there. For that reason, the reflection becomes diffused, not irregular. That is the surface. Here, the surface has more irregularities. The surface is not smooth. The surface is not plain. If the surface consists of more irregularities, then it will form diffuse reflection. When the surface has more smoothness, when it has very less irregularities, then the reflected rays become parallel. It will show regular reflection. Next, come to the spherical mirror. First we will discuss the concave mirror. Here, this mirror is concave mirror because the reflecting surface is concave in nature. The reflecting surface is called inward, so it is concave mirror. The middle or the center of this curvature, here the middle part of the mirror is called pole. The mirror has a middle part, the center of that mirror is considered as pole. Middle of the mirror. Next, this concave mirror is a part of a spherical mirror. Concave mirror is a part of a sphere, and the sphere has a fixed center. That center is considered as the center of curvature, that is named C. Here the pole is named as P, and the center of curvature is named as C. The distance from this pole to center of curvature is said to be radius of curvature, because when we consider the whole sphere and C is the center of that sphere, then the distance from pole to this center C becomes the radius of that sphere, and that radius of for this curvature is considered as radius of curvature. So the length PC is said to be radius of curvature. Next, when the rays coming toward this surface are parallel to this principal axis, after reflection they all will pass through a fixed point on this principal axis. That fixed point is said to be focus, and that is named as F. The principal axis means the imaginary line which joins this center of curvature and the pole. It is an imaginary line. It is joined this C and P, and this principal axis contains this focus also. Next, the length of PM means the distance from pole to focus is said to be focal length. This center of curvature and focus, they all present inside in case of concave mirror, but outside in case of convex mirror. After this, we have to discuss about the principles of reflection in case of this spherical mirror. How the light rays are reflected here. On what principles? What are the laws which are obeyed by the rays of light when reflection happens in spherical mirror? First, look the diagram. Here, a concave mirror is there. It is marked pole, focus, and center of curvature. Pole, focus, and center of curvature. When the incident rays are coming parallel with this principal axis, after reflection, they all have to pass through this focus. When the incident rays are parallel with principal axis, then after reflection, they all will pass through the focus. Second, when the rays incident through the focus, when the incident ray is coming through the focus, then after reflection, it will be reflected parallel with principal axis. It is just opposite to this first principle. Here, the incident rays are parallel with principal axis and the reflected rays will pass through the focus. But in second case, the incident rays are passing through the focus and the reflected rays will parallel with the principal axis. Next, come to the third case. When a ray of light incident through the center of curvature of this spherical mirror, then it will be reflected on same path. When a ray of light is passing through this point C, means center of curvature, then it will come back on the same path. Next, fourth. When a ray of light incident at the point P, means when a ray of light incident at pole, then it will be reflected by making same angle with the principal axis. Now we will discuss about the sign convention in reflection of light. Here it is concave mirror. Then we have to discuss what type of symbol is there, whether it is positive or negative. When we measure the distance or height, like in case of object distance or image distance or height of object, height of image, what would be there? Whether it is positive or negative, we will discuss all about that. That is sign convention. When the distance is measured, generally we always measure the distance from pole to object, pole to image, or the height will be measured from principal axis to the tip of the object or image. When object is there in the left side, then object distance, like here is the object. Here the object distance will be from pole to this object. It is object distance. When image is there, then it is image. Then we have to measure the distance from pole to image. This one is called image distance. Since we are measuring the distance always from pole to that of object or image, then we have to look in which direction we are using to measure it. If the direction in which we are measuring the distance is same to that of the direction of incident ray, then it becomes positive. Here, the direction of measuring is opposite to that of the incident ray. Here, rays are incident through this line in this direction. The incident rays are coming in this direction, but we are measuring in this direction, which is opposite to that of the direction of incident ray. Since the directions are opposite, the direction of measuring the distance is opposite to that of the direction of incident ray. This distance is considered as negative. Here, for image distance here, when image distance is measured, it is measured from pole to that of the image. Since this distance from pole to image is opposite direction to that of the direction of incident ray, so this distance is again negative here. But if the image will be here. Let image is here, and we are measuring the image distance. Then this distance will be measured from pole to image. Direction of this measuring is sent to the direction of incident ray. Here the image distance will be positive. This image distance is considered as positive. Similarly, in case of height, when the length or height is measured above the principal axis, like this object is present above the principal axis, let the height be PQ. Here the length PQ is set to be the height of object. It is considered as positive. If RS, if the image comes here, the length of RS which is present below the principal axis is considered as negative. So the height above the principal axis is positive, below the principal axis is negative here. If we place the concave mirror here, where the pole of the mirror will be coincide with the origin of this Cartesian plane, the distance which will be measured left of this mirror, they all will be negative, and the distance which is measured the right of this mirror, they all will be positive, and the height above this x-axis, which is considered as principal axis in the reflection of spherical mirror, above this x-axis or this principal axis here, they all will be positive, and below the principal axis they will be considered as negative.